Hello and welcome. This is Detective Lazaria. We're going to visit Hart Island in New York. It is basically a place where, unfortunately, almost 1 million, if not over 1 million, people have been buried in a potter's field. So, we did find a potter's field on a grave page. However, there's not 1 million. There's just like about 101,000 listed. So maybe those that happen to have been recorded on that page could come through and say hi. I do have two particular people that I did write down. Maybe they saw me because, spirits apparently do watch me. If they do come through, that'd be cool. But yeah, so basically it's just individuals who were, not claimed by their families, either were homeless or indigenous, I can't pronounce these things, not from here, and mass burials of people that had diseases. So some could be mass burials or just, unfortunately, buried there. And there are also other facilities that were, facilitated on that island over the years. So we'll see if anything comes through on that too. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get Spirit Talker on. And I'm going to have a sip of water already. Sorry about that. So here's the Potter's Field, by the way, in case you're curious. It's also known as the City Cemetery or Hart Island Cemetery in New York. And like I have done before for spirits, I can easily search your name and try to find you. And I have two particular ones that I might be interested in finding. Those two names down below. But of course, I'm not just pinpointing it on those two. I can allow any and all to come through. And if your name doesn't appear in the search, maybe you're one of those that didn't get entered in that memorial page of the Potter's Field. Because again, 1 million, in case you're curious. Let me find the pain. Aw.
Pain.
So the first word is pain. Yeah. I don't know if you had pain prior to your passing, or it's a pain knowing that your place of burial was that. So I'm just going to give you a little wiki info on this island. I'm not going to read it. You just pause it and read it, but it's basically this. So how it was first used. And then what has been placed there. And as you can see, the Potter's Field. And also, oh, okay. Yeah. Explains why there was homeless. Okay. Okay. Let me scroll a little bit, sorry. And then I'm going to let you go ahead and read the remains of more than 1 million people have been buried there since the first decade of 20.
No, go away.
Aww. However, there have been fewer than 1,500 burials a year. And it includes individuals who were not claimed by their families or did not have private funerals, the homeless and the indigent people, as well as mass burials of diseased victims. Oh wow. I wonder if that means COVID patients were there too. So there you go. So I know there might be someone that might not be pleasant with me. I don't know, but unless it was somebody else trying to step in and they're trying to say, no, this is our solo session on this particular potter's field. So if they're not related to the potter's field, they're like, go away. Especially if it's something dark and evil, you know. So it's probably not me. It's probably something else that the spirits tend to say through the spirit talker, but it's to a different thing called the other spirit. So if you need to use any of my tools that I have here, fact. Okay, so that's
Fact.
so maybe that's the truth. Okay, so it wasn't me that they're trying to say go away. It was something else. Okay. See, my brain was like, I don't think it was me. I just started. Brain kicking in. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. So, let's see. I say so a lot. Sorry. Yeah. Like I said, we'll see if we get any other names that might reside there. Unfortunately, because it's so restricted, nobody can go there to, take pictures of the place. That the people that are listed here have no grave photos. And then if they did, it's oblivion. Oh.
Oblivion.
Oh my god, oblivion. Oblivion refers to the state of being completely forgotten, unknown, or in some cases destroyed, as well as the state of being unconscious. Wow. So that's what you mean when you are buried in a potter's field. So this is somebody for sure coming through that was buried there. I just hope you know that I don't think you're completely forgotten or unknown. I'm sure you were definitely somebody at some point. And this is your moment to let me know if you remember your name. And again, this is the largest potter's field that I believe might be out there. At least one of them. Oh, that's right. I was telling him about how to gain the energy. I have 2 lamps of sunlight that are turned on for your source of energy. So you utilize the spirit talker. Okay, I got a name.
Marjorie.
I'm Marjorie. To use the app and the EMF meter, as well as the clear cat balls that light up when you interact with them by tapping, picking up. I'm going to try to type in Marjorie. Hold on. It's going to be a little difficult. So we have 4 Marjories. Again, there's no pictures on any of these. And if they do, again, they were buried. I mean, not buried. They're negative.
Negative.
They were basically, how do you call it? Buried there. But I don't think they have a marker, a number, nothing. It's just a piece of paper that says they were buried there. And the ones that do show a headstone is like a memorial or a little cenotaph at a different location. Because they did have next of kin eventually that was able to afford that for that person. And one of those people is this top one right there under the names. So hi Marjorie. I don't know if you're Marjorie Duke, Rodriguez, West, or Selber. But if you're any of those 4, hi.
Sliced.
That's new. Sliced? Like you got, whoa. I can't tell if you were emmed or a bad accident that caused you to get sliced. I don't think that's gonna. Oh, good. Good, good. Okay.
We love communicating.
Okay, Marjorie, I don't know if these ones have any information on you other than a number, which totally tells me nothing other than your age. So the Miss Duke was 75.
Jasper.
I'll get to Jasper in a second. Unknown on the birth and then buried in 2019 for Rodriguez. So some of these are, yeah, they just tell us the age. Age 43 for Mrs. West. And Zelber is age 65. But a lot of them have birth years unknown. So if you were one of those, hi. I'm going to go to Jasper, see if there is a Jasper. It's a really rare-ish name, but nope, never mind. There's 46 Jaspers. Holy bagolies, there's 46. Oh my, I can't even go down the list. So is Jasper the one that got sliced? Oh shoot. Did you have to, okay, no offense, but did they slice the bodies to fit them down in the burials? Just a thought. Like, did you see that they had to get your bodies to fit in that mass grave? They had to slice your bodies up. Can you light up a cat ball or go to red on the EMF meter if that's what you're trying to tell me when you said sliced? Like some of the bodies were sliced just to fit in the burials. Wow. So again, there's too many Jaspers. Oh, okay.
You've helped me.
I did? I guess that's good. Maybe it's from another potter field that I had a session a couple days ago where there's a couple people at Alhambra Pottersfield that may just letting me know that I helped them. So yeah, there's a lot. I'm going to try to find one that might have a photo, like a portrait, and nothing. There's so many. I'm sorry. I let you see it, but oh, there it is. Never mind. Okay, we have somebody. This one had a photo. His name is Jasper Ezekiel Body. Oh my God.
Body.
So I was right. So they just confirmed? You just confirmed? They sliced the body? Oh my God. Did they just confirm? So again, it said, here. Where am I? Sliced and then body. So I don't know who's saying that, if it's Jasper, Marjorie, but I'm so sorry. So again, oh wow, hey, Mr. Jasper Ezekiel Townsend, you got to live to be 99 years old. That's a pretty long life there. It's unfortunate that you were buried in a potter's field, though. Out of all that time you spent on Earth, you get tossed in a potter's field? Oh, and you were considered the oldest man at the time in Bronx County of New York, too. So yeah, again, he was 99 when he passed. That's all it says on his page. So not all of them have long bios. Some just have support.
Support.
Jasper, you tell me that you were a good person that helped the town? You were supporting the town. Maybe you were a prominent person in that town. Or maybe it meant something about the bodies supporting the other bodies. And that's why they were sliced. Yeah? Okay. Hold on. By the way, it is a rainy day. I totally forgot to tell you, you can also utilize that energy from the rain too, because water is a good source of energy as well. So if the light doesn't work, try the water. So again, just in case, I just want to see pain. And then no, go away was for something else, not me. Fact, when we were talking about that, oblivion, and I just showed you the definition of that. And then Marjorie, there was 4. And then negative, I'm not sure what that meant. And then sliced, and then that, Jasper, you're helping. Don't forget me. Of course.
Don't forget me.
See? And some of them, yeah, see? I knew it. A lot of these that were placed there probably were forgotten because they didn't have a next of kin. Or maybe they didn't have so much of a big circle of people. So when they passed away and they were buried, no one knew. It's always just in a little tiny document, and it will say Hart Island, Pottersfield. That's it. Might also, of course, include how they passed. So, as I mentioned before, there's multiple reasonings why they would be there.
Contain.
Yes, also, there is something that was like a building to contain people. Is that what you're referring to? Like, not too far in that island is a place that they contained specific people, whether it was sick people or people that were in jail. That's my theory. When it said contain. Yeah, at least I know that when I'm kind of silent, at least you get some nice peaceful raindrops to listen to. ASMR. So yeah, so like I said, there's 46 Jaspers, and that was one of the ones that had a photo. I'm going to keep scrolling and realize that was the end of it. Did you touch my hand? Did you just touch my hand? 2 inches below my watch. I felt a prickle.
Burned.
Oh my God. Look at this. Okay, hold up. Okay, you're doing it again. It's on my other hand, but it's below my wrist. It's below my watch about 2 inches. I'm feeling something like someone going like this to my finger right now. I feel like this might be somebody. Can you confirm by tapping that cap off this is you touching my hand? I don't mind. I just want to make sure. Oh, hey, Jasper Rice Jr. Oh, good Lord. Age 73. It wasn't a picture, it's like information. Aww. Aww.
I screamed.
When you were burnt, when you were caught in fire, you screamed. I can. Aww. Oh, okay. So this one, Jasper Rice Jr. He was that. I can't. Yeah. He was. Yeah. I don't see anything regarding. Yeah. It doesn't tell us how he passed away there. Good Lord, that doesn't help me either. That's just a census. Let me Google the F word or the B word. I just realized I can do burn. Yeah, sorry. It already came through. Nope. But it doesn't mean that they weren't. It just probably wasn't mentioned. Oh, okay. Sadly, there's many. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh my, 97. I put the FIRE word in there, and there's 97. I can't go through them all, but we got these ones right here. An apartment fire, a house fire. Battle. Oh, yes.
Battle.
Okay, so there was a battle during that time too. Hold up. Training ground for the United States colored troops. So there you go. In 1864. So yeah, there was a battle. And I'm wondering if maybe like Jasper Rice could have been one of the troops that served it and eventually when he got older passed away. I don't know. So there's Minnie. Grace. Oh, okay.
Grace.
I'm not sure if there will be a Grace, but just real quickly, again, there are 97. I can't scroll through all 97, but this is just the first few. And these all here, most of them are from an apartment fire, and if you look at the fudgy stickles. If you look at the date, most of them are around December on this particular day. Not all of them, of course, but...
Are you too scared?
No. There's so many. Yeah, there's so many. I'm gonna go look up Grace real quick and see if she pops up with that word. Oh, there is two. Okay, so Grace Luca, I can't say that word, but how about Grace Young? Oh, with her husband. Okay, well, I mean, didn't pass away alone. And then we got Grace Muckle, also with her husband.
Temptation.
Temptation. Oh, look in the dates. Look at how it's just a year off. So Grace, if this was you coming through regarding you maybe having been burnt, and you screamed, and you probably were battling the flames, maybe that's what it meant. Yeah, it just says unknown for Muckle, and then passed away in January 25, 1955. And then we have Grace Young, August 7th, 1918 to 1956 of April 3rd. Whoa. I don't know how to explain this. I feel like they're coming through and somebody was tapping my finger. Good Lord. My hand just below my wrist watch. I don't know if it was Grace or somebody who, again, had been burnt in a house fire, apartment fire. Wow. I'm so sorry. So a lot of those that were unfortunately caught up in that, just at least 97 of you were buried in this potter's field. And you don't have a photo. And unfortunately, I don't think I can go through 101,000 and then find your photo on Ancestry and add it, but I feel like that's what should be done with some of these people. And I don't know if there's a website out there for sure, just like specific ones where there were victims of certain tragedies, and they would list
Thomas.
And they would list the people of those victims as well as photos and stories. But I think this is as close as I can get to the finding the names, even though not all of them, because again, I said 1 million, and this is only 101,000. Thomas, I don't know if you were also in a fire, but I'm going to type it in. Don't know if your last name or first name. I'm trying last first. Nothing. Try the Thomas as in first name. Thomas. Thomas Ryback. And again, apartment fire, November 13th, 1899 to June 27th, 1934. So you were very young, 35-ish when you passed. Okay, well here's this person. Let me go ahead and click on the photo, and that was right, 34. Oh, and here's his wife, also buried because she was caught in something. Definitely happened in those times. That's so sad. It's a good thing that you guys mentioned that word, though. I probably would not have pinpointed all those names to find you. And again, battle could either be you fought in a war or you battled a bad disease. It could be both. Or you battled the flames. Edge?
Edge.
Were you buried near the edge of the island? Or maybe this capel, you're going to light up the one by the edge of the cat tree. So either edge could mean the edge of the island. They're buried there. Or, I don't know. Let me type it in. I don't think it has any. Edge is not a name, but I'm just curious. Is it a last name? Oh my god. Edger? Edger, is this you? Edger Wagner? Passed away in 1985, August 10th. Is this you? It says Edge. There is no Edger in that Spirit Talker, but there is an Edger here. So is this the closest you got to your name? If so, light up anything. Got quiet. Okay, maybe they were trying to do something else, like a catapult. They're like, hold up, we were trying to save the energy. Well, either way, Edger Wagner, you were 91 when you passed. That's all it tells us. But I have a gut feeling, just a gut feeling, to Google search. Oh.
Alive.
Alive. Interesting. Okay, because apparently I just Googled the last name. I got John Edge. Aww.
I miss my family.
Oh, you miss your family that's alive. Okay, hold up. So either Edger or John Edge. Again, there's another one that had John. Yeah, okay. So you guys miss your family. I'm sure the other ones that were speaking earlier also miss their family. When you put alive, you weren't saying Edger was alive. You're saying you miss your family that's still alive. Are you able to at least visit them, even though you can't physically touch them or be seen? Are you able to at least visit them to let them know that you're around in some way? Just like someone tapping my hand or making things cold? Are you able to do that for your family that you miss? Because I would hate for you to not be able to do that despite, you being buried in a mass potter's field. And just so you know, you can tap a cat ball right here. They never work. Never work. I'm just going to test them all. Shake, shake, shake. One more to have to test. Ugh. Okay, I just had to test them all because sometimes they just are finicky. So again, little disco. We'll see if anybody really couldn't do it because they were finicky. Just like how you saw me having to shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Okay, we'll see if anybody puts those to use to confirm. No, don't do that.
Drain camera.
No, you don't need to do that. Please don't. Okay, again, to gain the energy, please use a lamp. There's 2 of them. The sunlight, the rain. Please don't drain my battery on my camera. I'm doing you a favor. I'm letting you communicate with me and be known. recap. And like I said, there is a John Edge. So, like I said, I had that gut feeling there could have been a last name, and he was 72 when he passed away. Senses.
Senses.
I don't know why it keeps saying senses. Are the spirits letting the humans that are alive, they have to utilize their senses from their hearing to their touch to their smell just to be able to know that their family is nearby? They have to really open up their senses. Because I know that spirits are able to sometimes put the smell of, say, their perfume, cigarette, something they baked, something that made them known as who they were by that specific smell, as well as making things cold.
They do rituals.
When you say they, are there people out there that are trying to summon you guys? Not your family, but random people that are trying to do rituals to get your spirit to come through or something? I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to communicate to you. So are there people that are out there that are trying to do rituals to contact you and do something else versus just communicating? Or maybe you're referring to your family trying to do the rituals to try to contact you. Or it's just random spew of spirit talker. That could be it too. Sorry, I had to readjust my hand real quick and my back. Ugh, getting old is not fun. I can tell you that.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't. Either again, sometimes it's questionable if they're communicating to each other and they're like, no, I didn't do it. Oh, maybe they're saying, no, I didn't do a ritual. Ah, I see. They didn't join the ritual. So even if someone were to have done it, they didn't join it. They're like, we're not going to do that. Psh. Are you nuts? Have some respect, right? Again, I'm just trying to allow them to come in, say their story, their name, and be heard. I didn't know about this place until now because I happened to have another session that struck me, and I was like, what if there's a potter's field that's like a big one? And this is the one that came through.
I'll prove I'm here.
Cool. I mean, sorry, yeah? And how will you do that? Let's find out. I just said I'll prove that I'm here. In case you guys want to see. Again, the easiest way for the viewers that are going to watch this, not just me, is if you interact with those clear balls, as you saw earlier, how I was able to fiddle with them, and they light up for about 10 to 15 seconds and then turn back off. So if I don't do it and it goes off, that's like you guys letting me know you're here. So that's an easy way for you to let me know without too much energy. I might need more energy to knock off the ball off the chair that's red, or move that white ball that's on the table a bit, if you want to prove yourself here. And by the way, I haven't. Oh.
I shouldn't be dead.
So either somebody that passed away very young, a really tragic accident like the fire, illness, possibly had been emmed. Can't say those words. Hold on. Again, I have two names. Did they see me write down their names? Again, down here, I got, if you can see it, oops, if you can see it, very long piece of paper. We have two names. Can you focus? Oh, yes. Anyways, if you can put your names to let me know you saw me write down your name and saw your story, then I'll share the viewers your story. And if you don't come through at all, well, I might spend the last 5 minutes to share your story, but I would love to have it where you can come through and be put on the list, people to search.
Harmony.
Harmony. Nobody named Harmony. Oh.
Run.
Interesting. Either this is like a residual word that they had to say, like they had to run, or was it a runaway? Someone who ran away? Were you a runaway person that left home? I don't know if that'll be something I can search. How about this one? A female Jane Doe. Oh. Ties to California. So again, unknown female Jane Doe. 1970 to 1991. Is this you when you put run? You can light up anything, let me know. Unknown female Doe, as some people call those Jane Does.
Do you believe in us?
I do. That's why I'm having a session with the spirits from the Potter's Field of Hart Island in New York. Oh, here, hold up. She actually has a bio. That's kind of long. Oh, okay. Aw. Oh, apparently a victim of that. Okay. Oh, okay, that explains why the picture had the where the wild things are. Okay.
My name is Ronald.
Hi, Ronald. Don't know if it's the flashlight Ronald, but probably. Oh, so that lady was about 20 or 21 years old, supposedly. Ronald. No, kidding. I'm joking. We have. Oh, good lord. Really? Seriously? You really want to know how many Ronalds there are? That many. 261. There's a lot. And you can also see that some of them are still getting buried to this day. So it has been a potter's field where even those that unfortunately, again, don't have next of kin, homeless, illnesses, all that other stuff, and just didn't have the money to afford a proper burial, that they unfortunately get taken over to here and get buried.
Are you aware I'm here?
Don't know if it's Ronald. There's 261 of you. If there is one Ronald coming through, I don't know which one you are. Otherwise, I do have a friend spirit that likes to use a flashlight. His name is Ronald too. But he's out of commission, meaning he's not turned on. Sorry. And so he's not here. And plus, we're trying to focus on the victims that were put in the potter's field. And there's far too many to go through. I just can't. There's too many. But now you know. Carol?
Carol.
It's funny, I'm not getting that name that I wanted, but I get some close. Yeah, there's too many. There's way too many Ronalds. But what if I type in? Okay, Carol as a spouse. To narrow it down. No? Okay.
Walls hold secrets.
Oh, there's 14 Carols. So we have Backman, Brilliant, Campbell. That one I can't pronounce. Edwards. I'm not pronouncing some of them. Green, Lee, Louise, Martin, stupid ad, McIntosh, Wright, Allen. Oh, no, that's the end of that one. Okay.
Water.
Water? Yes, like I was saying, you can gain the energy by taking it from the water that's out there because of the rain. But it is surrounded by water. The island, is that what you're remembering? As a spirit, you're seeing the water surrounding that island, kind of like this. It's like island. And there's water all around it. I think you can see a picture right here. See there? That's Hart Island. No wonder why it doesn't have an E in it. Doesn't look like the shape of a heart. But yeah, it looks like it has a leg. So I don't know where the mass burials are, but it's definitely somewhere. And there's a lot of facilities that were built there for housing specific people. And yes, this is the soon-to-be 18-minute warning of 1 hour session. That's usually when I end sessions, is about 1 hour. So you got 18-ish minutes, so if there's anyone else...
Stay.
See? Told you. How do they... Okay, what is up with that? Literally right when I'm about to tell them I have a time limit of, like 1 hour full session, I have 18 minutes left. How... Woogie, how do you explain that? It's like the app can't see and hear me right away. I feel like it's them. Like, nope, you are not leaving. And I'm like, I guess not. You guys are cracking me up. Tell that. See?
Tell.
Yes, exactly. That's why I'm here. I'm allowing you to tell your story. I'm trying to tell you, and you're trying to tell me to stay. So yes, so if you have anything to tell, please tell it now. I'm still sticking to my 1 hour-ish. I do have dinner I have to eventually eat. And just so people know, even if the cat balls do not get lit up by a spirit, that's okay. That just means they're focused on a specific tool, and today might be this. The Spirit Talker app as well as the EMF meter. So again, please bear with us as we don't see cat balls going off every time. They're just there for the spirits to utilize when they choose to. A lot of the times they refuse. Even though I have a ping pong ball and a little kitty cat jingle ball that they can move around as well. And a bell. But not many have utilized that bell because it's very hard. So I just stopped talking about it, and especially when it's a lot of spirits, I just want them to come through. So again, I didn't get to my names, and I felt like they watched me and saw me. Aww.
Tears.
Yeah. So it is very sad. again, picture. A distant relative that didn't have a next of kin, as well as maybe they were homeless, died of a disease, weren't from here, so somebody from a different country, as well as, poor maybe, and they just get despair,
Despair.
and they get that unfortunate feeling of despair of being buried in a potter's field. In Hart Island. There's so many potter's field out there in the United States, but this is one of those ones where it was mass a lot. And even though it doesn't even list all of the people, because if it says 1 million
Figure.
Are you going to try to appear as a figure? Well, maybe we'll capture that in the camera. But I don't know where. So I hope that they understand that I do have a prayer that I always say at the end of my sessions, and this is one of those times I'm definitely going to have to say it. I don't know if it'll reach all 1 million of them, but I'm definitely going to say it. I think they deserve a prayer after this ends. You just have to keep an eye on the time to make sure that I say the two people and share their story. Because if they don't come through, I'm going to have to at least share it because I think it's a good story. Not good, but interesting story.
Excellent.
They're like, yes, we can't wait for you to just go ahead and do that. How about this? What if I don't say their name and go ahead and share it? How's that? So again, that name that I put for the second name, hint, it's also the same name as this one. There is 37 of them with that same name that's listed in this Find a Grave, but there's just one particular one, Despair again.
Despair.
Interesting, wow. This one right here, because he's considered famous. And you're not going to believe what happened. So again, his name is Mr. Driscoll. I'm not going to say your first name in case you do put it on the app. And then this cutie face here, unfortunately, was, a famous actor who passed away at age 31. And you would think, wait, how's that possible? He was famous. He was somebody that must have had money, right? Well, here's some more photos, by the way. Child actor. Well, unfortunately, this happened. So basically, out of all the things he did filming, at the end of it, he unfortunately was this. See?
Torment.
So there you go. Where am I? So his life quickly slid downhill after numerous of these things. So there you go. So even if you could have had the most amount of money for what you did in your life, in your career, it can easily go downhill and you can become penniless. And then unfortunately get buried in a potter's field, such as the one here in Hart Island. So again, even if his name doesn't come through, you at least got to see his story and a few little cute photos of him when he was young and, well, I guess before he passed away, that age, maybe 20, can't tell. Okay, so that's that one. Appear.
Appear.
That is actually funny because that's exactly what that one. Okay, again, this one right here said that word, and then the capo went off during an hour and 40-minute live. I entered it, and that's what the word it says, appear, and then that our lovely horse with that same name tapped the capo. And I'm like, really? Anyways, I thought that was interesting how it said appear. So again, yes, if you can appear, it's a figure and appear. That'd be awesome, or as they called it, excellent. Okay, the last thing I wanted to look up for this was this lady, because she had a picture, and I was like, oh. So basically, her nickname is Lottie, Lottie, Cella, Cella. I can't even begin to pronounce her maiden name, but she was 34 when she passed. And again, this is a syntax, like a different place where she was remembered, but this is where she was buried. So, yeah. And unfortunately, there's no real true reason why she should have even been buried at that place, based off of the person that wrote the bio, because it's somebody's aunt. I mean, it's her being the person's aunt. So, a stone for Aunt Lottie. And it's...
We want to protect you.
Okay. You can do that if you want. I'm going to go scroll over here to the bio and just let the people know about that lady. Again, I can't pronounce her maiden name, but she passed away in 1947. She was 34. And this person who wrote this bio was somebody who was a living relative. She was born in Poland in 1912. So apparently she married somebody with the C word in 1937. Oh, okay. So apparently the mother of the person was a 4-year-old girl. Okay, cool. I didn't read that part. So sorry. When I originally wrote this down. Cool. So there you go. So even though they didn't put their name in, I did tell their story. Because it did say earlier, stay and tell. And I did. So there you go. So...
Attractive.
Yes, she was attractive. Yeah? Is this the husband letting us know that your woman, her nickname being Lottie, is attractive? Or maybe that's how that person fell in love? So there you go. Again, you're not always going to get everything, especially when you write down all the notes and you're like, come on, just 2 names, just 2 names. No. They're like, we're good. We're okay. It's really raining today. It hasn't stopped really. It's been non-stop raining. Welcome to April showers, which will bring May flowers. So I'm wondering, is it raining in New York too? And it's just
Stewart.
Stewart. Okay, let me look up Stewart, the name. There's 16 Stewarts, but for some reason something tells me to go back to that person's page and see who wrote it. Okay, I just make sure it wasn't like, it's difficult.
It's difficult.
Yeah, being in a potter's field. Otherwise, interacting with the clear cat balls. So again, 16 Stewarts. I'm going to try to list it off really quickly since there's not much pictures here. We got Abel, Maine, Bar, I can't pronounce that name. Church, Cop, interesting last name. Cora, Dennis, Elsden, Fogel. Don't want to even pronounce that one. And then add McKeenan, Paternier, Rose,
Granddad.
Stuart Wilkerson. You have a photo of yourself. Can I click on you? Let's. He was 50. I was going to say 90, but again, no glasses. Wear your glasses. He was 1884 to 1934. There's just a quick photo of him when he was young. At least it's something better than nothing. A bunch of ancestry stuff of whatnot. And so it says, per note on the medical examiner report, he was buried at that city cemetery. And unfortunately, all the records during this time were lost in the 1977 fire. So he must have fallen on hard times after his passing of his wife and infant son in 1908. Aw. So is that you coming through when you put it's difficult in Stuart? Did I find you? Because again, you lost your wife and your infant son, and you went through hard times, and then eventually you passed.
Top.
You were at the top of the list? Stuart Abel? That doesn't help me. It literally has nothing other than you passed away in February 11th, 1928. That's all it says. No birth year. Well, yeah, but sorry. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you didn't like that. He's like, I'm at the top of the list and they didn't put my information. Well, F. See, look at that. They're like, oh, do you want me to help you? Okay, I think they need me to help. Okay, hold up. Stuart Abel. Do you need me to help find you on Ancestry.com and fill in your information as best I can? So you don't have to feel like, hey, I'm a granddad. I'm old and I lived a long time. So again, Stuart Abel didn't have much on him. If I can find him, that'd be awesome. And then that way I can fill into his work. If you want me to do that, if it's possible, again, can you tippity tap these capitals, any of those three? Or go again strong on the red, just like you did earlier, especially after you said the F word? If you were indeed Stuart Abel, and you want me to fill in your information if I can find it and prove to it. I don't know how stingy these people are. I've already been declined a couple suggested edits because buried details unknown. I don't accept that. Or, yeah. Like, I'm not going to just... anyways. So again, I can't guarantee, but I can, be a detective and try. So if you want me to do that, you just go to red again. Assuming this is, again, Stuart Abel that said the F word because he's like, what? I don't have anything? Just my passing year? That's it? Yep, that's it. Aww.
Jealousy.
Are you jealous of the other people that have other information that included their birth year and their picture and their bio information? Are you upset that you didn't? Oh. Yeah, I can see how you can be upset and frustrated. Like, what about me? Don't forget about me. So again, it just said top. And then what are the odds of it? Literally, it was like, hey. Because like for instance, the next one down, which was BAIN, at least it said this, grave details 43, meaning he was 43 years old. This at least had something. The other had absolutely nothing, which is a bummer. So, yeah. Predict.
Predict.
Do you predict that I'm actually going to do it and try to help you, Mr. Stuart Abel? Okay. Cool. I guess I have work to do after this. Oh, balls. And it went past 1 hour. 1 hour and 1 minute. Eek. So I gotta get wrapping up here. So again, I'm gonna say the prayer and take care of my dinner and then try to find Stuart Abel, who passed away February 11th, 1928. See if there's any records of him, whether it's in the newspaper.com or what. I gotta fill it in if I can, and fingers crossed it gets the suggested edits get filled. And yes, I'm gonna try to link specific people, but I probably won't be able to link every single one of them. But I will try to. Again, especially those two names that didn't come through, which was Charlotte and Bobby. Yeah. Again, how do you explain the F word after I showed that the Stuart Abel didn't have his information and he was saying F because he was upset and he's jealous of the other ones?
We have spoke before.
Hold up. Charlotte. I did get a Charlotte earlier. An off-camera session. Charlotte, was that you trying to come through that whole time? I keep getting a Charlotte. Is that you? Because it just said we spoke before. Otherwise, Bobby was also mentioned too, but I don't know if it was Bobby the horse again or Bobby. Just a random name, Bobby. But either way, Bobby and Charlotte name did come through a couple sessions ago, whether they were during a session or off camera. So again, yes, we did speak before. So they remember me. I don't know why they didn't want to put their names during this time, but that's okay. Again, I gotta go do stuff. But I think that this might be one of those things I might do a future part 2 in the future. We'll see. All right. This is your Detective Lazaria signing out. Peace, love, and eternity. Bye. Gotta do some work now and say a prayer.